Hey everybody, this is Leo with Keyprint Co. And in today's video, I'm gonna answer a question that we get asked all the time. And that's, how do you print orders on fulfillment? So what they typically mean is, let's say that you have like an Etsy shop or a Shopify website and you sell your clothing line through there. And then somebody purchases just one item of something that's screen printed. How do you go about fulfilling that order? Printing it, shipping it, getting it out the door, but not breaking the bank. If you're a little bit new to screen printing, you're gonna know that the major problem here is that there's a lot that goes into printing even one item. I mean, you're gonna have to print the films, coat the screens, burn the screens, prep the screens, mix the ink, set up the job, register it if it's a multicolor job. There's a lot that goes into printing shirts. So how do you go about it in a way so that you can still get it done, but at the same time, make it financially rewarding? If you follow us on Instagram, which you definitely should, you've already seen me do this and even do a step-by-step tutorial on how I did it. And it's a screen print transfer. The long short of it is you screen print on a piece of paper, you coat it with adhesive powder, and then later on you can heat press it onto the item that you're gonna fulfill. And here's some examples of ones that we did on Instagram. And what's cool about these is, even though we screen printed a bunch of these when we were doing the setup, we really only heat pressed these two. We made 2 at a time because only 2 of them were ordered and we were able to fulfill the orders, even though we screen printed all of these when the setup was actually up. So we're gonna get to it now without further ado, but first, let's go prep our screens. What I'm doing here is just making sure that the size of the sheet matches up to the size of the design. Now I'm just doing a quick check to make sure that all the sheets match up, and I'm running them through the conveyor dryer so they can pre-shrink. Now I did this in another video too, but the point of the transparency is to see where the image is going to print. Now the cool thing about using a transparency to do this is that you can mark off the areas where the image lands so you know where to line up your paper. Now this stuff right here is medium grade adhesive powder, and the purpose of this is to sprinkle it on top of whatever you just printed so that when you heat press it onto your apparel, it has a better time adhering to the actual surface. So what you're doing is placing the whole thing inside a container with adhesive powder. Then you want to sprinkle some of it onto the top. You want to let the rest of it just fall all the way down to cover the rest of the area you printed. It's important to shake off the excess adhesive powder. That way you don't get any on the apparel. Once your sheets are nice and powdered up, you want to run them through the conveyor dryer once more. Make sure that you only cure them at about halfway through. That way they don't fully cure on your sheet. I messed up. Now, some of you guys watching the video probably caught the error early on, but I didn't. So let me explain what I did wrong. When I burned my screen, I did it in the way that I normally do for t-shirts. And what that means is I made a transparency and I used it to burn the screen in exactly this way. What I should have done is mirrored it. And the reason that that's important is because if you don't mirror it, as you saw in the demonstration, your transfers are gonna look like this. Correct if it was printed directly onto the shirt. However, because I'm heat pressing it onto a shirt or whatever other apparel, it's gonna come out mirrored. What they should look like is like this, mirrored on your transfers. That way, when you transfer it over to a t-shirt or any other object, it reads in the right way. So for the rest of the demonstration, I'm gonna be switching over to this color, which I did the right way. And that's pretty much it. It's a really straightforward process, and it's a great way for you to fulfill orders with screen printing, but do so in a way that makes the best use of your time and money. At this time, I want to give a huge shout out to all the subscribers and followers we've gotten so far. We've only put out a few videos, and we have a whole lot more that we want to make, but we really appreciate the good positive feedback that we've been getting so far. I also want to give a really big shout out to the subscriber who actually recommended this video. We really do appreciate your comments, and we always suggest that you leave a comment for us down below, letting us know what kind of videos you want to see that would help and benefit your print shop the most. So with that being said, I loved making this video. I hope you enjoy watching it, and I hope to see you on the next one. You have a good one. And I forgot to mention, make sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We have a lot of videos coming out that are going to show you a lot of really great things you can do at your print shop. And make sure that you follow us on Instagram and sign up to our newsletter, because that's really how we do a lot of the interaction with printers, and we put out a lot of great information. So with that being said, have a good one.